Have you ever wondered why certain content keeps you hooked, pulling you back for more? Well, what if I told you that behavioral psychology is a key element in making content addictive? Being in the world of YouTube since 10 taught me how to create content. However, once I genuinely dove deeper and took things seriously, I learned so much about secrets of getting attention and influence. In this video, you'll see how the 4 stages of habit formation in Atomic Habits fit well into this process. Mastering attention isn't just about the so-called algorithm, although we'll discuss that, and why creators feel they must optimize their content to steal your time and attention. So this video will benefit you if you're a content creator, especially if you're an educational YouTuber, but even if you're just the everyday consumer, this would give you an interesting perspective other than your phone is stealing away your attention and the problem is in the app and those other same people making beautiful videos, keeping your attention in the palm of their hands. I guess it's time to start.
Buyer beware. I told you my compound would take you places. I never said they'd be places you wanted to go.
Let's just give you an example of what we content creators can do to get your attention and keep it as long as possible. Because it's like the first step is getting your attention, then implementing a billion other techniques to try to keep it for as long as possible for the algorithm, obviously. And you see subtitles in short form content. It's inevitable to not have subtitles in them. Well, do you know what they do? Because even most creators who put subtitles, they just simply don't know. It keeps 40% of your attention. Now, this doesn't sound crazy already. Like 40% of your attention goes towards subtitles. Oh, not enough? Well, let's look at the thousands of tricks. This is like an intro of the Diary of a CEO, very famous podcast. How about the timeline of a whole Mr. Beast video? Well, impressive, to say the least. Well, even facial expressions play a crucial role in thumbnails. Remember when Mr. Beast changed his thumbnails from this to this? He found that this simple detail caused people to click on the video more, but not only that, also stay longer. And I'll explain to you why these tricks are used, or let's say, forced to be used later, because there's the issues. We need to go back to the root cause of the problem. It's not merely about technology itself, about how it is used and designed to captivate us and catch our attention. Okay, let's see how habits do work using this book. Well, I do not agree with everything with this book said, but just using it to explain how habits work. Be specific, the science of how habits work. The first component of creating a habit is the cue. Then we have the craving, and then we have the response and the reward. Let's put that aside. And in the case of social media platforms like YouTube, the cue could be the icon, the notification, the thumbnail, or even the autoplay. I mean, you as a normal consumer, if you are, wouldn't go as far as thinking that content creators go so deep to crafting the autoplay, i.e. the first seconds of the videos who play, because it plays automatically, to get you to click on their videos. Like, that sounds like a nerdy thing, or like a disease or an obsession.
People open YouTube and
they don't see it.
They don't
Especially
even see
for us, because like for so many people I've watched hundreds of our videos, when I upload, I am first on your homepage. So like you just literally don't even see the thumbnail because it autoplays so quickly. So like the thumbnail is irrelevant. I have to like visually convince you to click on the video.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah, that's why we go so hardcore.
The second component, craving. Once you get those cues into your face, you start craving, the video. Like if you have a problem, you still want to see the solution of the video, or what happened here, or oh, what is this? You feel this urge inside you. Whether it's high stimulating or entertainment or even education, you get it. Home's gonna get empty. I mean, the opposite.
Before we continue, I have something very beneficial and interesting, which is the template I use for creating an idea project and bringing it to life. It's something that has changed and developed over time for more than a year and a half. You got what you need in one place. To simplify the workflow, and the process, all for free on my school community. Speaking of which, I'm really excited about a place where entrepreneurs and educational creatorpreneurs can network and benefit each other and learn from the mistakes and successes. It's hard to keep going in this journey alone. You need support. Which, by the way, I want to mention that this is one of the reasons that contributed to Mr. Beast's success. He had this group of friends who were obsessed about YouTube.
You in 2 years, might have learned from 20 mistakes, or if you have like 4 other people who are also messing up, and when they learn from the mistake, they teach you what they learn. Stuff like that. Hypothetically, you 2 years down the road have learned like 5 times more of the amount of stuff.
But also you get to see behind the scenes of my production, like full scripts of my videos, from titles, research, and how the story is structured and formed, and literally compared to the final results you're watching on YouTube, which could give you an interesting perspective. We could have so much more, of course, and it's gonna be exciting. Can't wait to see you there. Click the link below to join my school community now. Oh, hello. Where were we? You tell me. See what I did there? That's funny. You're probably laughing right now, yeah, right? Huh? You know, time that I took to actually now film. Last time was Saturday, and now it's Saturday of the other week. Okay. Oh, we were in the second component, which is craving. Once you get those cues in your face, depending on what they are, you start craving the reward. Whether it's high stimulating entertainment, or an educational video that solves your problems. There's more to craving actually that we'll get into later, not now. But basically it's like this feeling that the higher it was, the higher it will make it easier to get into the other stage, which is responding. You see a video, you crave the solution or the entertainment, you click, that's the response, and you watch, of course. YouTube gives us this metric, which is click-through rate, that shows how many people by percentage clicked on the video. A small detail could cause to change the whole trajectory of the video, to be specific.
And I finally got around to doing an A/B test where it was just me smiling or just a normal face instead of the overly expressed open mouth. And every A/B test, though, like less over-the-top cringe expression, won. And I was like, oh, I've been doing this for quite.
The fourth and the last component, which is the reward. Now you click on the video, you're watching it, hopefully you're enjoying my video. That's a reward. You're getting solutions, you're getting entertained. The craving has been fulfilled. And videos are not like chocolate. You eat it and like, oh, this tastes very well. You gotta keep the reward. It's like that's when the video gets boring, you quit, because it's like there's no reward that you're paying. It's like, it's not whatever. It's boring. What is this? What am I doing with my time? And here is where crazy tricks begin. Like, for example, this is a long video. We're not talking about shorts, although they also implement tricks. In this video, there have been a billion tricks put together to keep you entertained and to keep your attention. Sound effects, B-roll, text on screen, like even the set that I'm in, this you might not have, you don't put a lot of thought into this. But, I'm not bragging, like just the black and the white, the contrast between backgrounds, it plays a role. That's also why videos in general, in the beginning, they play on impressing you. Then they go out into giving you more than what you expected.
At the very beginning, match the expectations, and then you want to exceed them. So you want to assure people that what they clicked on is what they're getting, and then blow their mind and be like, but you're also getting even more. That's how you lower drop off.
Now, when you get accustomed to a high level of dopamine, it becomes the standard. And obviously, I don't have to explain dopamine. Look, this hormone is absolutely important. It's how you do stuff. It's like what motivates you. You feel hungry, you go eat, and you got a reward of dopamine. That's basically it. It helps us. But when it gets exploited, however, things could go dark. Low stimulating activities are not that enjoyable right now. And even what is now the standard and is satisfying will become just the norm. You need more. That's the basic, that's the standard. Now, here's a little example to tell about the secret of dopamine. Now, to be specific with craving, second component of creating a habit. A great
Remember when those days when you were, oh, I want to get 20 out of 20, and you work hard and blah, 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 blah. And then you see the result after all of the hard work, and it's like 20 out of 20, like 80 or whatever you want. And your friends are like, whoa, 20. You get me. And you're like, that's normal. Like, it's like unexpectedly, it felt anticlimactic. The excitement fizzled out, replacing it with a sense of, is that it? Here's a secret I hid from you about craving. You see, in many cases, we experience dopamine during the craving phase. Hear me out? During the craving phase, right? That's why how whenever you watch it, those horror movies, and you felt more dopamine and excitement during the rise in tension than the actual jump scare, or like when cliffhangers are at the end of an episode make you eagerly awaiting a whole week for the next episode. It's like, no, it's like this is all over our life. We have experienced it when you are craving that, you want to buy something, and it's like after you buy it, it's like not much enjoyable as you expected. This is maybe also related to having a higher expectation. But yeah, here's a crucial reveal again. The actual reward may not be as enjoyable as the craving of it. You feel me? A dip in dopamine. This fundamental insight is a key into our brain's capabilities and how they could be exploited. This is why short form content heavily is inspired from gambling, the psychology of a slot machine. Sometimes you hit the jackpot, sometimes you don't. Due to the reinforcement of neural pathways, when you walk on a grass over and over and a path, it's like there's a path that gets made. You probably have seen that. Well, the same thing. But in this case, your brain learns that dopamine in this case is not reliable. So consequently, our brains, well, they just expect dopamine at each moment. Consequently, it's also like when you watch TikTok, it's like the anticipation of, a TikTok is more enjoyable than TikTok. As a result of this vicious cycle, you consequently seek dopamine and you want to satisfy yourself. This endless pursuit for the next hit or excitement could be dangerous, especially with something that you don't put a lot of effort into. Or like, for example, in Ramadan, as Muslims, you fast, and it's like, it's a time to, when you break the fast, it's a time to thank Allah. And like, because we take food for granted, and now it's like, you fast the whole day and you break the fast, and it's not like you have to test it too. It depends on the person again. Some people just don't care, they fast the whole day and it's like whatever they eat. But yeah, essentially it's like you don't put a lot of effort, so it's like free dopamine without a lot of effort, if there's any effort at all. And you're bored on top of that. You hijacked your reward system, and in the hereafter, in severe punishment and forgiveness from Allah and approval. And what is the worldly life except the enjoyment of delusion? Look, there are other factors that play into why phone is distracting, like it's frictionless mobility. You can do anything on it. That's very dangerous and useful, but still dangerous. When you put a space just for you to work in, when your friend says to you, or someone says to you that he's gonna study on his phone, it's like, no, you're not going to. It's like, it is distracting because you can do anything on it. And it's good in terms of when you're out. I think it's just, when you're out, you can pick your phone, quickly message someone, answer a call. Here's an example. You see, in a restaurant, the kitchen is designed to, serve customers, cook food. Basically, it is not designed. You don't find a TV there watching a Netflix show and at the same time, cooking. Well, or like why the bed was designed for you to sleep in. That's its main thing, period. Or for example, this tripod. It is designed to be a tripod, not for me to do everything with it. And also, remember the neural pathways? The more you use your phone on being this, multi-device thing, your brain learns that it's for everything. And it is designed for everything, almost. Although, I want to touch on another factor, which is AI. Have you ever noticed the difference between content that gets recommended to you on your phone and maybe on your computer you watch more educational videos? So, these platforms know what device you're using. They simply know. How do I know that? Come on. I mean, they give us how many viewers watch their videos on phone, on TV, and on the computer, iPad. I mean, this is what was the data they give us. Imagine what data they have on you. Each device is a gateway tailoring experience for the AI to get trained and, at the end, to serve your desire.
And given that each person probably only has an hour or two to watch YouTube every day, it's our job to help them find what they want to watch, and not just what they're going to watch, but what they're going to want to enjoy, and keep them coming back to YouTube every day to watch more videos.
Now, again, why creators do this? They're a big part of this. We shouldn't deny it at all. The longer you keep the attention of someone, the more your video is gonna get favored. It's like that's the algorithm, and YouTube wants people to stay on the platform for as long as possible. So that's why we try to keep you on the video as much as possible. And why not be just that? It's like there's part of that, and there's also a creativity part of it, and there is also a wanting the information to reach as much people as possible. For beneficial reasons. But the thing is, viewers take this for granted. I mean, just imagine 30 years ago to watch a high level quality video. You either would have buy the movie on a CD or you watch on TV, which is sponsored with lots of money by advertisers. But now that everything is free and accessible and frictionless, viewers don't care. You might have the best video. And best video, of course, there's no best video in the world in terms of creativity and this and that. So it's subjective. There's no objective standard for what's the best video. Unless, it should be beneficial, I guess. It shouldn't... Okay, I'm getting off track. It shouldn't advertise something that it's not good, like gambling or alcohol, all that stuff. You get me. Okay, let's get to the track. Viewers care about being entertained. And
in the original cut, because of how much work this is, this was 20 seconds long, and Jimmy was like, cut it down.
That guy was Dan Mace, the
chief creative officer of Beast Philanthropy.
He's just one of the creators who simply abandoned hours and hours of work and effort and creativity to keep people engaged in a video.
It's all about abandonment, bro. Yeah. How much of your creativity are you willing to abandon to get more views?
It's this interesting dynamic that was, you should balance between creativity and information and, keeping viewers. It's sometimes people could, I've done it, obviously. It's I've done it. I've cut out information from my videos, from my previous videos, because it was boring or I explained too much or something like that. Well, it could have been a beneficial information, actually. In this relentless pursuit, the creators keep twisting and adapting their content, updating. Content creators have more updates than an iPhone, and at the end, also creators are deeply involved. And I'm gonna give them a message at the end of the video to everyone. We see it's all linked up. It's attention, control, and money. These things are linked, and be responsible with your content. Be stupidly responsible. And it depends on your area of expertise, as long as it is a legit, it is a beneficial thing. You can, just make content to benefit people. Reflect on that, and thanks for your attention, the most scarce resource, and your time, which is also a scarce resource that is unrenewable.